Ready, Waffle? Good girl. Oh, hi! We're just about to watch the Straight 8 2021 London premiere, the best 25 of the year. What are you doing? You're going to watch it too? Fantastic! Well then, you probably already know that every one of these films we're about to watch was made on one cartridge of Super 8, which only lasts 3 minutes 20 seconds. And that we don't set a theme, so there could be any kinds of stuff in there. And whilst you might not like every film, you'll probably like a lot of them, and each one's only short. So that's good. And you probably know that every one of these talented filmmakers from literally all over the world who's been chosen for this selection of 25 of the best made their films just using a camera, no computers, no edits, nothing, no grade, no post-production. Every time they pull the trigger on their camera, they're taking a shot. If that was shot one of my movie, this one of Waffle could be shot too. Waffle? Waffle. I'll take it anyway. Excellent, very good. And basically that's how you go. Every single shot in story order, single take of every shot. When you get to the end of your cartridge, which doesn't record sound, you're kind of done. Except you then need to make an original soundtrack, and you need to make it so it hopefully lines up with your picture, but you haven't seen your film at that point. And everyone who's made these films still hasn't seen their film, and I don't want to get in the way of that any longer. So, without further ado, thank you to everyone that entered Straight 8 2021 this year. Straight 8 2022 is open to anyone anywhere. Go to our website and find out how to get involved. And last of all, a big thank you to CineLab Film and Digital for supporting Straight 8 since 2016 for all our processing and scanning and for being top people. That's it. I really hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget, it's one of the hardest but most rewarding ways to make a film. So every single time you see something good, it's incredible. I hope you enjoy it as much as we're about to.
Every day I wish to come closer to you on the other side. Yet God forbids I end my own life. So I wait for the reaper while I wander through the faded memory of you, my love. I remember you dancing. Always. Dancing. I remember your smile, your sweet laughter. I'll no longer waste my prayers on deaf ears. Lord, you've taken my heart. Take my soul. Take my life.
Come back to me.
Grief has filled the wind with your whisper,
Don't be afraid.
and I am powerless to resist your call. Only you would lead me here.
I'm not whole without you.
The Lord has answered my prayers.
Come to me. You pray to the wrong God.
Lead the way, my love.
I remember my first street fight. I was getting bullied at school. I was frightened. I went home, I told my mum and dad. They said, tomorrow when you go to school, you're going to punch these bullies in the face as hard as you can. And I was scared. I said, I'm not. They said, you are. I said, I'm not. They said, you are. So the next day, I go to school, and as soon as the bully said something, I whacked him in the face as hard as I could. I bust his nose, I won the fight, and I never got bullied again. My dad used to force us to go to the gym. He knew it was good for us, and he used to keep us off the streets. I had my ups and downs with boxing, but I always used to push myself. I competed for 17 years, from the age of 10 to 27. I had 106 fights. I trained really hard, from 7 times UK champ to European champ to the Olympics. All of them years of hard work, surgeries, I suffered from some depression, all of the emotions I went through, everything coming out of it with an Olympic medal is the single best feeling that I've ever experienced in my life. We all have battles. My biggest weakness was confidence. I always thought I was going to get beat. The crazy thing is, every time I used to always think, why the hell am I doing this? This is stupid. I'm an idiot. I suffered concussion like 6 or 7 times where I'd been punched in the head, my legs had turned like jelly, and I couldn't remember anything for the next few hours after that. I just worry about it. My mental health. I'm getting very forgetful. And yeah, I mean, I've done the maths about how many times I've been punched. I had 106 fights, and I said if I sparred 10 times for each one of them fights of 6 rounds, I've been punched in the head around 40,000 times. And that stuff really sticks in my head. There was an opportunity that came up for us to be part of a fighter brain study in Las Vegas. They noticed that I had a big split in my membrane. That's the thing that attaches your brain to your skull. That right there made us really worried about the damage that boxing has done to my brain. My mindset now, now I've got kids, I'm just trying to do anything at all I can do to improve my brain health, because I'm very fearful of not being able to remember my kids' names or anything like that. So I'm doing whatever I can to prevent that.
Dear Council, for the last few years I've been living quietly and in harmony with my neighbours, until one house across the way had some work done. And when they were finished, there was a new extractor fan. This fan makes a noise, and it's not a soft shh noise, but a whining noise in the key of F. And I'm sensitive to F. It taps straight into my brain. It's impossible to ignore, and it's very, very annoying. I tried talking to the guy who lives there. He said he was just renting the place and he didn't install it or have any control over it. I wrote to the landlord and he said the fan complied with building regulations and he didn't have to do anything about it. I tried playing music to drown it out, but all I wanted was peace and quiet. I tried noise-cancelling headphones. They were uncomfortable. I tried closing all the windows, but it's summer and it got too hot inside. I tried your noise complaint line, but the guy you sent said it wasn't loud enough to take any action. I tried earplugs, but they were disgusting and I couldn't talk to anyone. I tried ignoring it, but the more I tried, the more I became fixated on it. The whining fan got into my brain and followed me wherever I went. Even far away from the fan, where I knew I couldn't hear it, I still heard F. It took over my mind every waking hour. Then it started in my dreams too, and little by little it started driving me mad. Then last week I was sitting in the kitchen, and then my wife plugged in a diffuser, which I hate because it also makes a whining sound. But then a miracle happened. The diffuser note was at a higher pitch, and the two notes were in harmony, and with the third note from a blender, it made a chord I can live with. So please cancel my earlier complaint, for I have now found peace.
So weird. How do you even get to the point of constructing something like this? I still cannot find an explanation to this rigid geometry, other than money. Wherever humans have been around, there are straight lines. Way too much information organized in logical systems. I wonder if they feel at home up there, behind concrete walls, because they always seem to be running away. There seems to be some kind of relation between order and progress, ruled by masculine minds, which I think is kind of boring because it leads to the growth of boxes and grid patterns. There's no place for randomness. they find nature beautiful? Are these waveforms too complex for them? Maybe there's something feminine about curves which doesn't fit in the rigid, manly world. What's the difference between, for example, a building and a nest? If birds and humans are both part of nature, the difference is that human stuff is made to last forever. Like plastic, such an amazing creation, floating around like a ghost for eternity. But I have discovered a secret. There are humans that decorate their boxes with plants, or wavy life appears. I was hypnotized by the few existing waveforms depicted by art. I touched my human body again, so flexible and yet so mechanical. And in this state of trance, I could feel in my touch the distant future that awaited this planet.
Mon cœur est un nuage qui voyage de mer en mer et se nourrit de l'eau des océans. Parfois, sur sa route, la terre est trop grande, trop vaste et les vents trop secs. Alors, mon nuage pleure, car il lui manque l'eau de la vie, un peu d'amour pour le raviver de pureté. Nuage, nuage, mon petit nuage, nuage. Mon nuage n'a plus de force pour avancer, et le vent le pousse à contre-temps. Mon nuage devient tout petit, si petit qu'il est tout gris et qu'il suffirait d'une seule nuit trop sombre pour qu'il tombe de haut sur terre et se transforme en pierre. Mais si mon nuage se retient de pleurer et qu'il traverse ces longues journées grises avec patience, alors, sur le haut d'une montagne, il trouvera un petit vent frais qui le poussera et d'en haut, il pourra enfin suivre la rivière qui le mènera à la mer.
A person goes missing because of an infection. Welcome to the newest episode of Oops, They Went Missing! Now this dude, John, was a completely normal dude. He would drink coffee. He had a beautiful wife. He would go for a run. Read books. A lot of them. He slept with his books more than his wife. He would work out. Do frickin' yoga and meditation. Some Zen shit. But things went south when the lockdown happened. He had so much time in his hands, he started reading conspiracy theories. All it took was one click, and he got infected by the conspiro-virus. The effects were mild at first. Thinking that banging utensils together or clapping would destroy COVID, circulating some conspiracy theory flyers, and stuff like that.
I'm his brother and I'm ashamed of him. His wife left him as well. So yeah, we don't want to find him. Can I go now? Mask my voice and blur my face, okay?
But then he started going nuts, protesting for weird theories, researching them like a maniac, obsessing over them, getting sicker and sicker. It was the last straw when he started thinking that the government is tracking him. He thought the vaccines he got as a child were actually a tracking chip. The conspirovirus had consumed him completely. He was never to be seen again. That's our show. If you like this, you may also want to check out my new program, Scientologists and Flat Earthers. Yes, I'm one of them. Sponsored by some bleach company. We have the bleach.
pedwar, 3, 2, 1. Ymlaciwch. Dudwch wrthai, pwy ydych chi?
Dwi ddim yn gwybod.
Sut ydych chi'n teimlo?
Yn ansicr.
Am be?
I le dwi'n perthyn. Mae gen I gof pell. Pa mor galed dwi'n trio? Fedrai ddim ei gyrraedd.
Pam mae'r cof yn bwysig?
Mae'n dal gwirionedd mawr. Fel braig yn cysgu. Hen draddodiad. Y goriad i'n gwir hunaniaeth. Rhywbeth na ddylid ei anghofio.
Pam mae eich cof yn pylu?
Dwi ddim yn siŵr. Petruso. Esgeilisto. Difaterwch. Asiantau o bydredd. Y hiraf maen nhw'n bodoli. Y pellaf mae'r cof yn llithro.
Gwrthodwch difaterwch. Estynwch amdano rwan.
Be os na dwi'n adnabod fy hun?
Rhaid i chi chwilio am y gwir.
Mae'r cof ar goll.
Dio ddim yn rhy hwyr.
day 60 and I'm feeling weird. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've never wrote this much before, I've never had this time before, I've never been to my call before, I'm not so sure I like it anymore. Yeah, I think I wanna close this door, ignore the holes I may have taught, ignore the truth and just restore before this gets way too raw, 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 raw. This writing thing, it brings you out. The ink stares back, you make it out. It contorts and twists the page, and beyond any doubt, something scary stares back out. Out, 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 out. Yeah. Monster in a cycle, and if the pages are a mirror, these pages are getting clearer and clearer. And this monster is horribly familiar, 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 familiar. Yeah, 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 yeah. This monster's in a cycle, the ink can't show it clearer, but it's vital for its survival that it feeds exclusively on me and my denial.
Forget it. Forget it. Forget her. How would I be if I had never loved her? Or if I had loved her less? We never learned how to belong to each other. That's it. I'll tell her when I see her. We can work it out. The lives of others must become more interesting than ours, eventually. So we become lookers, followers, like old people. Hold on. Am I old? Am I old? No, I'm young and beautiful. I love her, 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 I love her. I just need to know, do you still look at me like you did the first time? I know you don't. I don't either. Does it matter? There she is, just like I thought. Gorgeous, smart, sexy. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you even when I hate you. I get it, I get it. It's true love, but it doesn't work. Do you want to make it work? I feel closer to you now. You don't know I'm here. is he? Look at him. Belmondo looking, mother. Don't bother him.
Okay, reconvening police interview at 13:26, September the 12th, 1973. Okay, Kevin, let's pick up where we left off, shall we? Tell us your whereabouts on the day in question.
Well, on Sunday evening, I went to Mass as usual. I've always found the presence of nuns quite soothing. If things went differently, I think I could have been a man of the cloth myself.
And where did you go to once you left the church?
It was on my way back to my mother's house.
Your mother's house, that's where you live, isn't it?
For now, just while I find my feet, mind.
Is that where you came across the young ladies?
It was on my cycle up Acre Hill back to my mother's that I bumped into the two birds. They asked me for a light, and I obliged, and we got chatting.
Darling, lovely to see you.
I've lived around here my whole life, and I never noticed that house before. I thought it was lovely of them to invite me in, since we had just met and all. Their mate seemed a bit, well, you don't get many of those types round here. But they seemed friendly, at least, how wrong I was.
Was there drug consumption going on?
Not that I saw, but I'm certain they laced one of my drinks. I went upstairs to find the bathroom. It was quite a house. And that's when I saw him.
Who'd you see, Kevin?
The victim.
You were found covered in the victim's blood. How do you explain that?
I don't know. I can't remember a thing after that.
Ik douche kort. Strakke, gecoördineerde bewegingen. Straat. Alles vloeide aan zijn lopen. Tik in een optrekkende schouder. Observeer. Op, neer, op, neer. Beweging is ritme. Ik douche kort. Hou kleine speling tussen ring en middelvinger vandaag. In ieder mens zit een andere beweging gevangen. De hoek tussen bovenarm en romp is 50 graden. Is dat een spier op slot? Welke? Monnikskapspier? Recht, links, op en neer. Het moet gracieuzer. Wat is het nou? Zonder te beven, stroeve draaiing. Morgen douche ik weer kort. Ik douche kort.
When the first lockdown happened, I was in shock. I mean, we all were. One day I was free to live my life my way. Then the next day I had to live my life another way. A way that was dictated by confusion, fear and contradiction. At first it was okay, it was nice. For once in my life I had time. Time to rest and do nothing. So that's what I did. I did nothing. Don't get me wrong, I had to work. I mean, I'm one of the fortunate few who got to work from home, but as the weeks went by, as I settled into our global twilight zone, alone at home, day in and day out, my home didn't feel like a home anymore. It was everything but a home. It was an office, a greasy cafe, a dodgy restaurant with terrible reviews from its only customer, an overpriced gym with questionable facilities, a goddamn prison with no means of escape. Then one day, I decided to do something a little different. I needed to do something different. I had all this pent-up energy inside and I had to find a way to release it. So I started to dance. And now I don't know how to stop. It's becoming quite a problem. It's affecting everything. The way I work, the way I eat, the way I sleep. I can't even bloody go outside anymore. I don't understand how I have all this energy. Maybe it's from all the weeks I spent sat on my arse drinking tea and eating biscuits and watching the internet. Is this my new normal? If it is, this is hell.
got a place in Boot Town. Found a job in glass. Took smoking cigarettes purely to help the evenings pass. I used to sit by my window and watch the street go by. The night comes seeping through like deep vermilion dye. There's a place on the corner that's staying open late. Plays the kind of 70s music you always used to hate. Got a friend who comes round sometimes when they're feeling low. We sit up watching late night television, the sad and lonely show. You say you're only joking. You say let's stay in touch. You say you never loved me, but doesn't matter that watch the trains come in. I got the strangest sensation that I heard a violin. I've got a friend who comes round sometimes. Got a friend who comes round sometimes. I don't know where we go in these times, where we're living in. You say you're only joking. You say let's stay in touch. You say you never loved me, but doesn't matter that much. You say you're only joking. You say let's stay in touch. You say you never loved me, but doesn't matter that much. It doesn't matter that much.
Let me guess. Housemaid used all your toothpaste again? Well, we can't have that. She thinks she can just get away with anything, doesn't she? She knows you won't say anything, because she knows you know it would only make things awkward. And neither of you want that, do you? Here's what you do. Edible sugar paste, fairly cheap online. Mix with a teaspoon of mint flavoring. The result is something that looks like toothpaste, tastes like toothpaste, but is detrimental for your gums. Just pop it inside that empty toothpaste tube that she so kindly provided for us. Next up, floss. She may not be using it yet, but she will. Shake and leave to soak. 3 days should do the trick. Now, mouthwash is where the real artistry comes in. A little bit of this, a smidgen of that. That's it. I know this seems excessive, but it probably won't kill her. Not so long as she spits. Now, the hard work is done. All you have to do now is keep things civil. Whatever she wants, you provide, including an extra sugar in her tea. Oh, go on, you know she deserves it. It won't be long before the cracks start to show. Then you can take your revenge. Gentle now, so's not to wake her. It shouldn't be too hard. It's not like pulling teeth. I wonder if she notices. New necklace. New earrings. Brand new set of incisors. Oh, jealousy is such a bad look, but she won't say anything. It would only make things awkward, and neither of you want that, do you?
My weeks are like jigsaws. Some days the hours fall into place effortlessly. Other days they just don't. The distance between seconds can feel astronomical. I wonder how I got here. Memories mislead me in multiple directions. Did I really have it that good? Is it possible that things used to be that easy? That simple? Surely not. Sometimes you can become so invested when you're trying to find clarity that you overlook what's already within reach, staring back at you. I can't explain the integrity of such a minuscule gesture, but the effect was life-changing. You know when you get a feeling in your gut? Human instinct. That's exactly what it was. Nature is hypnotic when you look at it closely, when you really see it. Well, she brought that to me. She did. And now I have to do some work. It's my turn to look deeper and to take the wheel. It's that realisation that there's more going on, more than what meets the eye, anyway. I can't rewind time. I can't choose what memories linger. I don't have control over what the world is going to throw at me. I'm not bulletproof. But what I've come to understand is that I can move forward with time. It's going to happen anyway. I might as well find some acknowledgement for that and just roll with the punches. And I can try and see the good in things. I can at least try. I am alone. I always have been. But so is everybody else. And in understanding that, well, it takes the edge off a little bit.
you've called can't come to the phone right now. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hello. I just thought I'd leave you a quick message to just update you on what's been happening in the last few months for me. Things changed very quickly. The hospital immediately went into a state of panic. Staff were redeployed rapidly to the medical wards. We were moved into a different part of the hospitals to free up space nearer the intensive care unit that could then be used as COVID wards. Just the movement of their standard wards alone was quite a lot for people to take on. Anyone who had previous experience was asked to be brought back to intensive care immediately. I had to wear a floor-length plastic apron, a PP3 mask or a respirator. On top of that, you need to wear a visor and you also need to wear a hairnet and 2 pairs of gloves. So essentially, you're wrapped in plastic. Every single day was a slog. It was relentless. You can't touch your face, so essentially tears were just pooling in the bottom of my mask. You're at this heightened state of anxiety all the time, every single day. I personally don't work on an infectious disease ward. I didn't sign up to being exposed to this. I'm a neurophysio. This isn't my area of expertise. The public perception is we are just doing our job, but that isn't true. I'm not a superhero. I don't want to be treated as one because I don't want to be doing this. I'm in a situation where I have no choice. I love being a physiotherapist. Do I love being an intensive care physiotherapist in a global pandemic? Absolutely not. Every evening after work, I was just so drained. I didn't have any energy. Everyone felt the need to go out for their one designated walk a day, but I didn't even want to do that. The one good thing that came from this for me is that I met so many staff members from different areas of the hospital that I never would have worked with. It feels like we've all been through something together. Everyone plays a role and they're so important. Physiotherapists and occupational therapists really fall under the radar when it comes to the team that work together to get people out of hospital and to actually manage critically ill patients. We talk a lot about nurses and doctors and paramedics. And rightly so, they are so important, but we never speak really about the allied health professionals and the roles that we play in enabling patients' recovery.
Slithering, somber sunrise sorrow. Weight of night morning, mucky morning, murky mud. Slithering, somber sunrise sorrow. My body sinks with the weight. My mind races with buzzing thought flood. My mind races with the buzzing thought flood. My mind races with buzzing thought flood. poets have found upon me. Who can blame them? Who can blame them? When the novelty they crave is found only in the past. The lids of my eyes need midnight sleep. Heavy midnight slumber, weigh me down. Heavy midnight sludge. I'm ready now.
How do you describe the colour green? What it does to you? How it pulls you in and holds you there? An embrace so complete, so invigorating, so vital.
Vital. How do you describe the colour green? The depth of which stops you in your tracks, immobilizes you into a stillness, a clarity, an openness so pure, so precious, it's startling. This place, our place, how can you describe it? You can't. Because New Zealand, Aotearoa,
It isn't just a place.
it's a feeling. Wish you were here.
We wish you were
Wish
here.
you were here.
Where are
We
you?
wish you were here. Where are you? What are you doing?
What are you feeling?
What are you seeing? Who are you smelling?
Seeing people. Eye
Seeing
to
people.
eye.
Eye to
Mouth
eye.
to mouth.
Mouth to mouth. Touching. Rocks.
Rocks.
On sandy beaches.
Around
Around the
the
fire
fire.
on the coast. I've touched it. I've seen it all. I've seen it all too many times, New Zealand. We wish you were here. We wish you were here. In this place. Our place. Our land. Our own land. Freedom. Bliss.
New Zealand is not for everyone. Side effects may include suicidal ideation, prolonged passive aggression, impaired judgment due to drug and alcohol abuse, resulting in dangerous driving, resulting in probable coma or death, possible life-threatening microaggressions, increased risk of indigenous incarceration. Call New Zealand if you experience post-colonial flashbacks or increased frequency of xenophobia. New Zealand, we wish you were here.
you.